Hello and welcome. It's Bashir Fadl, and I greatly appreciate you joining us. Would appreciate your subscription with us as well. In today's journey, we're going to talk about Linux administration, specifically a frequently used command, which is the list command, ls. Let's look at it from the GUI interface, from the graphical user interface. So frequently, what we normally do nowadays is we'll go through the graphical user interface. So I have a folder called best admin folder or directory, same thing. Where I can double click on it and I can see that I have another subdirectory, a subfolder called Linux scripts, Oracle scripts, and a couple of text files. This is how we do it in the graphical user interface. How do we do it in the command line? What would I type to be able to list those files? So ls is the basic command that's going to list the text file, text file, text file, and you can notice it's in blue in this case. Those are the folders or the directories. So Linux scripts is a folder, Oracle scripts is another folder. Now, I can add parameters to ls. Suppose, for example, I want to list files in the current directory using what we call the long format, which is going to give us more information like permissions and the contents and the owners and the size of the files and the date. So I'll use something such as ls minus l. And that does exactly that. So it's going to list permissions, owners, sizes, dates, and file types. There's other parameters we can add to it, such as if you want to list files in the long format with readable file sizes, we flavor it or add into it ls minus lh. We can also list files and sort by date and time, because sometimes in real life, when dealing with scripts and being an administrator, you might have a directory with 50 different scripts or files in it. And you want to pick the latest one that you know you're just working with and you just don't remember the name of it. In that case, you could list it by ls minus t, which will list files and sort by date and time. So that kind of organizes with the most recent one coming up first. Or we can do ls minus lt, which will do the same thing. However, this time it actually shows the dates and it should be in descending order from the latest one, the most recent one, up to the first or the oldest one that we have. All right. Now, another command that we could use, and this is used a lot in scripts, because a lot of scripts, sometimes you're running a script that, for example, goes into a folder and sees what files did we receive and send it out to the ETL team. So you have a team, their job is to receive files, process them, decrypt them, whatever, load them into a database and so on. So your job is you want every day at 6 o'clock in the morning to know what files were received. So I would go to directory and see what files were received. In that case, what I would do is I could type a command such as ls greater than or a pipe, basically, and then I'll put a name of a file. So I want every file that's going to be listed to be dumped into a file, so that's the file that we're going to email or attach or read during the day to see what files are in there. So I have ls pipe into files received today.txt. So now notice when I ran it, I didn't get any output. Why? Because the output created a file and that's the name of the file. So let's do an ls minus lt. Sure enough, that's the most recent file that's been created. I want to see what that file looks like. I'm going to type in, there's different ways to look at a file. I'm going to use what's called a VI editor. So VI, I'm going to type in FILE to autocomplete. Most of the time you do a tab, and that allows you to pick up the rest of it. So I just tap through it, enter, and notice it read in the name of the files, the directory, the file, the directory in chronological order as it is. All right. So this kind of summarizes some of the list command and what we could do with the list command and how we could look at our files very quickly, how we could export it into, and this is something that's used quite a bit, especially with, where you're working in a project where there's ETL stuff and files that are in and out, and you want to make sure you have the right number of files or you want to count through them. So it's a very helpful, and always remember the manual command. So the manual is where I type in man to read up the help or the Linux manual, and then my command, which is ls. And it's going to show me all the different parameters. This is what ls is for listing directory contents, and I can do this and I can do that. Keep pressing enter, enter, enter. You're going to see all the different parameters and examples. Once you're done, you put the letter Q and you quit. Now, I'm in the directory, but I want to go to the directory before that. I want to see what files are in the. I'm looking for a file. Maybe it's not in best admin. Maybe it's in another directory, the directory before best admin. So how do I know what's in there without leaving my directory? So there's a lot of cases where in your directory and you want to see what's in another directory. Is it here? Is it there? Did we receive it? But you want to do it. You don't want to leave the directory where you currently are. So for example, let's see what directory we're in right now. So what we do is we want to print the working directory. We want to see the working directory, print the working directory. So short for that is PWD, print working directory. So we're going to do PWD, and it's going to tell us you're at Oracle Home Best Admin. Oh, sorry, Home Oracle Best Admin. I want to see what's in Home Oracle without going there. So I can actually list /home/Oracle, enter, and it's going to show me everything in the Oracle Home, including the Best Admin directory, which is highlighted in blue. And I'm still in Best Admin. I still did not leave it because I passed the parameter to list everything in this directory, through this parameter. So the list command is something that's frequently used. It's a fun one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll continue with our commands. Best of luck and thank you. We appreciate if you subscribe to the channel.